The secret of the sunlit coin. In the heart of the African savannah, where the golden grasses stretched as far as the eye could see, there was a village that clung to the edge of a vast river. The village of Sefu was known for its ancient traditions, vibrant festivals, and tales that danced in the moonlight, passed from one generation to the next. Among these tales, one stood out: the story of the Sunlit Coin. The Sunlit Coin was said to be a relic of an old kingdom, a treasure hidden deep within the folds of history. It was no ordinary coin. Its surface shimmered with an ethereal glow, as though it had absorbed the light of the sun itself. The coin was said to hold great power, capable of bringing prosperity or destruction to the land, depending on the intentions of its bearer. Legends whispered that it had been crafted by the great King Uva, the last ruler of the forgotten kingdom of Zimara, and that it had been lost to time centuries ago. The villagers of Sefu had heard the stories, but most had dismissed them as mere myths, until the day young Amina discovered something that changed everything. Amina was a curious girl, the daughter of the village elder, and she had always been fascinated by the old tales. One afternoon, while playing near the riverbank, she stumbled upon something odd. A glint of gold caught her eye as it peeked out from under a rock half submerged in the water. Her heart raced with excitement as she reached for the object, brushing away the dirt and sand to reveal a small, worn coin. Its surface was covered in intricate patterns, and as the sunlight hit it, the coin shimmered in a way that felt almost otherworldly. Amina held it up to the sky, and for a moment, the light seemed to intensify around her. The coin was warm to the touch, as though it had absorbed the sun's heat for centuries. She didn't know it yet, but this was the fabled sunlit coin. She hurried back to her village, eager to show her father, but when she arrived at his hut, she found him in the midst of a heated discussion with the village elders. Their faces were tight with worry as they spoke in hushed tones, casting nervous glances toward the horizon. "What's happening, father?" Amina asked, holding the coin up in her hand. Her father, Chief Tunde, looked at her with a mix of awe and concern. He knew immediately what the coin was, and the weight of its discovery struck him like a thunderclap. "The sunlit coin," he murmured. "It's real. I had hoped it was just a story." The elders went silent, their eyes now focused on the coin. There was a palpable tension in the air. Chief Tunde called for the village's wise woman, Mama Kazi, who was known for her knowledge of the ancient ways. Mama Kazi entered the room slowly, her face lined with age and wisdom. She took one look at the coin, and her eyes widened. "This is it," she said. "The coin of Uva, the king of Zimara. It's said to have the power to summon both blessings and curses, depending on the heart of the one who seeks it." The elders gathered around, murmuring among themselves. Some saw the coin as a blessing, a chance for the village to gain wealth and prosperity. Others, however, feared its power and what it could bring: war, greed, and corruption. Chief Tunde knew the legends, but he also knew that power could be a dangerous thing. "What should we do with it, Mama Kazi?" he asked. Mama Kazi studied the coin carefully, her fingers tracing the symbols on its surface. "We must be cautious," she said. "The coin must not be used lightly. It can bring both light and darkness. It must be given to the rightful person, someone pure of heart, who can unlock its true power." But there was no time for further deliberation. As the sun began to set, a distant rumble of thunder echoed through the valley. The sky darkened and the wind picked up, signaling the arrival of something unexpected. Out of the shadows of the trees emerged a group of armed men, their eyes burning with greed. They were strangers, clothed in tattered garments, but their presence was unmistakable. They had heard of the coin, and they would stop at nothing to claim it for themselves. "Amina," her father whispered urgently, "hide the coin. We can't let them take it." But it was too late. The men had already surrounded the village, their weapons raised. They demanded the coin, their voices harsh and full of threat. Chief Tunde stood firm. "You will not take what does not belong to you," he said, his voice strong but laced with fear. The elders gathered around, ready to defend their home. Amina, hiding in the shadows, watched in fear as the men approached. She knew the sunlit coin could change everything, but she also knew that it was too dangerous in the wrong hands. Suddenly, a thought struck her. She remembered the stories her father had told her about King Uwe and his final act of valor. It was said that the coin could only be wielded by someone who had the courage to sacrifice their own desires for the greater good. Amina stepped forward, clutching the coin tightly in her hand. She held it up high, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, the coin began to glow with an intense light, brighter than the full moon. The men shielded their eyes, blinded by the radiance. Amina's heart pounded in her chest, but she knew she had to do this. "This is not for you," she said, her voice trembling but strong. "This coin belongs to the people of Sifu, and it will protect us." As she spoke, the light from the coin intensified, and a powerful wind swept through the village, scattering the armed men like leaves in a storm. The coin's energy pulsed through the air, and the invaders fled in terror, unable to withstand its force. The villagers, stunned by what they had witnessed, rushed to Amina's side. The sunlit coin had revealed its true power, not through greed or ambition, but through purity and courage. Chief Tunde placed a hand on his daughter's shoulder, pride shining in his eyes. "You have unlocked the secret of the sunlit coin, Amina," he said. "You have proven that its power is not in wealth or dominion, but in the heart of those who seek to protect the land they love." And so the sunlit coin remained in Seifu, a symbol not of treasure, but of the strength of the community, bound by love, sacrifice, and courage. From that day forward, the coin was kept safely in the village's sacred shrine, a reminder to all that true power lies not in possession, but in the willingness to protect and cherish the people and land around you. The secret of the sunlit coin had been revealed. Its power was not to rule, but to unite.